welcome. Now Philip Ehrhorn.
Philip Ehrhorn, yeah.
Ehrhorn joined me. He's the co-inventor of the Great Bubble Barrier.
Correct.
And we're going to talk a little bit about the ocean soup, or the plastic soup in the ocean.
Yeah.
Because you gave a really inspiring speech about the importance of addressing this issue. And unfortunately, a lot of people weren't able to join us here tonight. So for those people watching at home, how would you summarize what you're actually doing? What problem you're trying to solve?
Yeah. So I think that there's... Oh, thanks, Emil. Something I've been waiting for.
Uh-huh.
All right, so what a lot of people know by now is that we have a plastic problem in our oceans.
Mm-hmm.
But how does the plastic actually get into the ocean? And around 2/3 of all that plastic in the ocean is traveling there through our rivers, which means that plastic pollution doesn't only come from the coastal area or from ships. It can be kilometers inland, somewhere in Europe, in a city, where the plastic trash is just littered, or not even consciously. It falls out of people's bags or pockets. Maybe you have to place your trash bag on the street for the waste collectors to collect it, and then the wind and rain do the rest. And once it's in the rivers, it will stay there until ultimately it would flow into the ocean, because every kid knows all rivers lead to the ocean.
Exactly. That sounds like a multivariate problem.
Yeah.
And so there are a lot of factors contributing. And what factors are you focusing on mainly?
Yeah. So what we do is we are in the collection. We are one of the last resort, basically, before we reach the ocean. With the bubble barrier, we create an air bubble curtain, and that air bubble curtain can lift up plastic which is underwater, bring it to the surface, and when it's on the surface, it's guided to the side, and that's where we'll have a catchment system, and we can collect it. Which doesn't mean that we are the solution. We definitely need the prevention. So the ultimate goal would be that it doesn't even end up in the river, and we don't even have to catch it. But unfortunately, we're not there yet.
Yeah, and there are also people like, for example, Boy and Sled, who are like they want to remove the plastic from the ocean. And what I think was really interesting about his project or his business plan was that he reuses the plastic that he collects from the ocean, and he turns them into high quality plastic products that people want to buy. So that's how he earns the money. And I'm wondering, this is really a really good initiative, but how do you make it self-sustaining when it comes to the financial side? Yeah.
So our approach is that we think cities have to be responsible for these kind of things. Waters are usually within the responsibility of cities. Unfortunately, plastic is not an indicator for water quality at the moment yet. Nonetheless, there's a lot of cities that are well aware of this problem, and they do want to do something about it. But yeah, part of our business is being basically lobbying. We have to talk to politicians. We have to make them see that this is a problem that should be on their agenda, and that we have a measure to help them mitigate this problem.
Of course, that's really interesting. And so, but you say like politicians have to tell people that they have to care more. But what can people do on a day-to-day basis to?
I don't think politicians have to tell people that they have to care more. I think politicians should implement these measures to help. I think every citizen can do its part. I do believe that we definitely need government, but I think I'm a big defender of power to the people, and I think the individual is a lot stronger than we sometimes realize. And by small actions, and I think that's where you were going for. I definitely think that refusing single-use plastic and avoiding it is something, the strongest thing you can do today. It's something you can do immediately. You pick something that you want to avoid. Let's say you're not going to use plastic bags anymore. And then once you're comfortable with that, you move on. You say, okay, I'm not going to drink any water from plastic bottles anymore.
Yeah, you have...
For me, it's now it's very natural. I have this bottle on me wherever I know I'm going to need it. And it becomes easy, but you can't do it all at once. So you can't go zero waste from one day to the other, and you say, I'm not going to use any plastics.
Exactly.
And change takes time.
Yeah.
You have to get used to it.
So you were talking about plastic bags and plastic bottles. Are those two things one of the most numerous when it comes to plastic garbage?
It changes a lot. It really depends on the area, what is the most dominant trash. But I think plastic bags and bottles is one example that we see every day. Everyone is familiar with that, and everyone can do something about it, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right. Where do you see your project in 5 years?
Oh.
Where is it heading?
What we want to do is we want to go outside of Netherlands. We want to go into Europe next year, and ultimately, part of the biggest problem also lies in Asia. If we go to Asia, there's different problems that would come. Some of the countries don't have waste collection at all, so we can't just go there and say, "Oh, we have a solution for your rivers," and then we basically replace the waste collection and we give an incentive for people to throw it in the rivers because it's collected, right? So we can throw it in, but we can't catch everything. So it becomes, again, more complex if we go to Asia, but it's definitely something we want to already achieve in the next 5 years.
Yeah, because right now, like, this is really a hot topic in the Netherlands and in Belgium, and of course I also think in Germany. Yeah. And one of the politicians in the Netherlands, he said that for the Netherlands, and maybe I think it's also here in Belgium, that it would be a waste of money to invest a lot in sustainability if those really big players like Asia and Russia and the US, they don't implement change. Then it's just like it doesn't have influence on a global scale.
Who said that?
It was a politician of the Netherlands from Forum voor Democratie. Of course, he's more like right-leaning and right-leaning politicians. They don't care that much about the climate, or they think it's not that big of a deal. Of course, so it's a hot topic in politics. So
I think that's the mind of a 16-year-old, and it's not really seeing the big picture. And,
exactly.
I mean, I used one example before that people liked, and it was. When I was younger and I had to clean up my room, and I was trying to tell my mom, but my sister's room is even messier. It's like, no shit, but it doesn't matter. Exactly. You still have to clean up your room. And it's a little bit like that, right? It doesn't mean because someone else is doing something worse doesn't mean that you're good.
Yeah, one evil doesn't justify the other. Of course.
And I mean we think we have high-tech waste recovery and waste collection in Europe. And we still don't manage to prevent plastic soup.
Exactly. Yeah, I think we have to be more honest and use less logical fallacies to win arguments. Yeah. It's about honesty and having a real discussion, a dialogue about this. I think it's really important.
Absolutely.
And I think I really find this dialogue I have with you really interesting.
Thanks.
And I wish you good luck. It's
thanks a lot.
So Philip Ehrhorn from the Great Bubble Barrier. Good luck and thank you for sharing.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
No problem. Dit is van de Great Bubble Barrier.
Ja.
Top man.